Hello, folks. Today I woke up feeling incredibly grateful. So I thought I would share that with you. It's been an amazing journey. My whole raw food, plant based diet, conscious eating. I changed my mind on what I call it because on any given day, I'm one of those things. I think one of the things I always am is plant based, focused anyway. That the majority of my day are fruits and vegetables. And the reason I was feeling grateful is I have a thing sometimes I deal with fighting, like beating myself up because I set goals really high for my eating or for exercise. And then when I don't meet them, I'm kind of disappointed in myself, honestly. So I think it's good to set goals, but I think it is something you have to be careful about because sometimes you want to be able to just live your life without always just being pressured to attain a certain thing, especially when it comes to food and exercise, because the body fluctuates. You could have said, today I'm going to, as far as my kettlebells are concerned, I might say today's going to be the day I lift heavy and do about 500 swings. And then you wake up and your body just doesn't want to do that. It doesn't mean that I ever do nothing. I probably went for a walk or I jumped on the trampoline. But in my mind, where I had this heavy, intense workout planned, when that didn't happen, I would kind of be disappointed. And the same thing would come from with food. Sometimes you might plan, I'm going to be perfect tomorrow. It's going to be all raw. I'm going to mono meal, be all raw, be in bed by 9, blah, 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 blah. And you wake up and you go, I really want something hot, or I think some steamed vegetables are in order today or for whatever. So I think it's a combination and a balance you have to strike. So today I was feeling grateful because what I realized is that I bought a new journal because I do write stuff down, even sometimes just to do. It might be heart-wrenching journaling, or sometimes it's just don't forget to pick up dog food, which, of course, my dog's really grateful for. So anyway, in looking through this book, I realized what I had been writing down, and I was putting some journals away. And when I realized what I used to eat 3 years ago versus what I eat now, I've come a long way. And so I have to be grateful to myself and all the people who have helped me. So this is the gratitude video. So, of course, most people who help me probably don't watch my YouTube because I think I have, 3 followers? Okay, but anyway, one day they'll see this and they'll go, see, she was appreciative. So here's really quick. Here's all I started. Back in May of 2009, I joined a challenge because, I love my challenges. I joined a challenge to eat healthy, meat-free, dairy-free for 3 weeks with a woman named Deb of Veggie Forte. And she had a vegetarian catering business that she was kicking off, and she was also running this weight loss program. So anyway, I joined her. And I did it. I fast for a few days, and then she put us on some meatless meals and blah, 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 blah. At the end of the 3 weeks, she took you shopping. So she took me to Whole Foods, which, of course, I had already been to. But, she showed me around her Whole Foods and a way to pick certain foods and do it on a budget, so it was useful. And then at the end of that, she said, I just want to take you past a little cafe, which is a nice place to get vegetarian food as well, and maybe supplies you might see in Veg News or something like that. So she took me to a place called Arnold's Way. So I went to Arnold's Way with her, and she got me a banana whip, which is something that Arnold is famous for, his whips and his smoothie. So I had the whip, and it was really good. It was basically creamy banana, frozen banana, creamy, and I think I had strawberries on top of mine or something like that. So I liked it, and that was the end of our little 3-week stint together. Meanwhile, I did like it, and I really liked the way I felt, the energy that I had that day, so I went back on my own. And when I went back, I had green smoothies. Now, she had been making green smoothies, but I had one on Arnold's. Anyway, long story short, as far as Arnold is concerned, Arnold is just a unique man. He is a very sweet man, and others may differ with how he eats. A lot of people differ with the fact that he eats so many bananas, and a lot of people think that bananas are hybrid. But one thing that I like about Arnold, and one of the reasons I'll always kind of be respectful of him, is that I have rarely seen anyone in business give so freely of their time. Arnold just, from the day I came in there, I can't say he ever tried to sell me anything. He doesn't really believe in supplements. So he never tried to sell me any supplement or push any lifestyle on me. What he always said is, every moment is a moment in love. Now, I mean, how can you be mad at a guy like that? I don't care if he eats 1,000 bananas a day and swings from a tree. He's just a nice guy. He's always been supportive. And when I came in with questions, and if you know me, I'm the question queen, he would sit down at a table and just answer questions. And he, showed me books to read and that sort of thing. And, you know, if you're looking for a guru, well, I don't think you should, but if you are, that's one of the things to me you look for in a person that you're helping to guide you through this conscious eating, conscious living, is how do they give up their self, and are they in it purely for profit? Because I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with making a living and teaching people this. I mean, people are making a living playing basketball. So, I mean, how can you be mad at a person that wants to make his living teaching someone about getting healthy? So I have no problem with that. When people ask for donations or consulting fees or whatever they're selling, fine. I just want them to be honest about it, because I ran into those who weren't. So anyway, my first thank you goes to Arnold Kaufman in Lansdale, PA, for teaching me what he knew and what he believed to be his truth. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter, because as one of the things he says is, everybody has an opinion and everybody's right. So thank you, Arnold. The second thank you goes to Beverly. Beverly is from All the Way Live Cafe in Philadelphia, PA. Beverly is one of the sweetest women I've met also. And just one of those people that doesn't use a lot of words, actually uses a few words that you think about forever. She has two things she says that struck me. She teaches a class, which is super cheap here in the Philadelphia area at Temple University's night school. And of course, she owns a cafe in the Germantown area, 6108 Germantown Ave if you're in the area. Delicious food, raw, plant-based, and some cooked food, but cooked with love. So I don't care what you get there, you're going to feel good afterwards. One of the things that Beverly always says is, you want to be different but alike. And you have to drop the herd mentality. And I like those two statements. And you're like, what's so profound about that, right? What I thought was really cool about that is that when you change your eating habits, you still want to be like your friends. You still want to hang out with your friends. If everybody's going, if for me, my friend's going for chicken wings and beer, or, it's margarita and Mexican night, I want to eat a taco and drink a margarita too. I don't want to be the only one there with, a salad with a squirt of lemon dressing. And so when I first started, one of the hardest things I would have, and I would keep asking her, well, how do I do this? Like, what do I do? What should I take? How do I handle my family and friends? And she was like, you just got to drop it. You have to stop wanting to be alike yet different. And what I wanted to be different about, what I didn't want, was the high blood pressure and the cholesterol and the diabetes and the waking up achy and the weight and everything else that came with the chicken wings and the beer and the quesadillas and the margarita. And you have to choose. And that's one thing I think people have the hardest time with. I know you want to eat the super tasty food, but you have to choose. And you have to make the right decisions, as Arnold always used to say, day in and day out. It cannot constantly be a special occasion, because occasions are always going to come. Oh, my cousin came in town. It's so-and-so's birthday. It's the holiday. There's always a reason why you're never eating at your optimum. So I like that. And so that kind of goes hand in hand with the herd mentality. You want to do what the herd is doing. Well, look what happens to a herd. If something happens, if you ever watch like Wild Kingdom or some of those shows, the animal in the front, like he falls off the cliff or he gets shot or attacked or whatever, and the herd keeps going straight. I always just think, why didn't the buffalo in the back turn around and go the other way? But they don't. It's a herd mentality. Even to your death, you want to be alike so you'll stay together. So anyway, my second thank you goes out to Beverly in Philadelphia from All the Way Live Cafe. And as I said, also a teacher on the PaySet program on the Temple Night School. Excellent. She prepares food excellently. Now, does Beverly have some regime that she pushes? Absolutely not. Nourish yourself. Be loving. eat simply and practice proper food combining. She does not make elaborate smoothies. She doesn't eat bananas. Um, she doesn't eat carrots. She watches out for hybrid foods. She don't eat seeded fruits. And she's just a very loving person who also gives amazingly of her time. So thank you to Beverly. Number 3 thank you has to go to Elhagahn. Elhagahn is a nutritional counselor, a reflexology teacher, an herbalist, and a bunch of other stuff. Actually, the man's like the MacGyver of life. Very handsome man. Wish I had met him earlier in life. I don't know how old he is, but I feel like we should have met earlier in life. He is one of the most unique people I have met in this journey to learn about conscious eating. He is another person that will not tell you should eat exactly this or exactly that. I cannot say he's 100% raw. He probably is without thinking about it, just because he eats by what he's called to eat. And some days he's called to eat very simply, which could be just fruit or light vegetables, or sometimes it might be a stir fry. But I think he follows that rule of whatever you eat in love and in peace will digest just fine. I can tell you that the few years I've known him and pictures I've seen of him, he's always been the perfect weight. He's also kind of a yogi, I think. I think he was a yoga instructor. So, and very heavy into meditation and quiet in your mind. So I just think he has an incredible control of his mind. So he is not constantly eating out of emotion, which is a big thing to overcome regardless of what you're eating. So he taught me a lot as far as food was concerned, but also just how to relax about food. Or he tried to anyway. That's a hard one to teach me. But he taught me a wealth of knowledge about herbs, and I really enjoyed what I learned and everything. He's another one that, I don't know how the man makes money, honestly, because again, he never pushed anything on me. Everything, actually, I would ask him, should I be an herb for that? Or what should I take? Or where should I go? Or what should I buy? And there's really nothing. He's a great chef, so I did buy his DVD, and I will actually put that information down below. I'm going to do a whole DVD and book review, so he'll definitely be on that list. So I'll give you his information. But Elhagahn taught me a lot about using foods for comfort in the right way. Making a blood-rich tea. Using, let's say I had a detox symptom or a cold, whatever you want to call it, and he taught me how to make up a blend of teas, like, what was it, mullein, horehound, just a lot of different things that instead of, when I was trying to come off of, when I got sick, I was used to have a headache, get an aspirin. You have a cold, get some Coracidin D or some Mucinex or something. He taught me how to get the same effect naturally. Now, of course, naturally, you could just wait. He would also always say, just wait it out, because rest and let things happen. But I had to work, and I didn't always want to. So he showed me natural ways to get that healing, and I really appreciate that. So, and he spent countless hours just explaining things to me about food and herbs and his journey. So big thank you to Elhagahn, because he's been invaluable to me. And he's doing retreats in Virginia right now, too. So I have to make sure I tell you guys, he's big. He has a lot of knowledge in organic farming. So big thank you to him. Those are the people, honestly, that I have to say over these last few years that I have paid a lot of attention to. In between that time, of course, I've found some people on YouTube and bought some books that resonated with me, and I've picked up some of those habits, and I would say it furthered my knowledge. I also went to school in Fort Bragg's and Living Light Institute. So I have to thank the Deanas, because they gave me a lot of information. So thank you to the Deanas. And like I said, I have some books that I could say I probably do practice quite a bit of what they have in there. The last people I have to say I just met, and if you've been watching my videos, I just got back from Costa Rica, which was wonderful. Go to Costa Rica. Go to Costa Rica for nothing but to eat the fruit. Go to Costa Rica. So I'm thankful to God for Costa Rica, because I believe in God and creation. So Thank you, God, for the fruit and Costa Rica, among the other things I'm grateful for today. So one of the things one of the set of people I have to say thank you to is Brian Calvi and Jody Calvi. Brian is another one of the people. He would be a version of Elhagahn in my mind, who has learned to control his mind. And I don't think you have to worry about controlling food or exercise if you learn to control your mind, because it's what's driving you. So you're constantly what to eat, what time to eat, how much to eat, and what set of exercises should I do, what will be good for a flat ab, what will be good for this. All of that kind of goes away when you learn to follow your body's natural rhythm and listen to your own intuition and quiet your mind, because so much of eating is stressful eating, emotions that push you in a direction, or so much of eating is that herd mentality. It's 8 o'clock, it's time for breakfast. Oh, it's 1 o'clock, it's time for everybody to have lunch. It's 3:30, it's time for a snack. It's time for dinner. It's time for a late night snack. It's time for bed after the news. Maybe it's 2 meals today. Maybe today is no meal. Maybe today is coconut water. I don't know, but it once you control your mind and you are in charge, what I have noticed with all the people I've met and observed, and there's many more I could tell you about, they no longer work. Beverly can barely tell you what she ate the day before, because it doesn't matter. It does not matter, because if you think back years ago, people weren't following books and YouTube to eat. You just ate, and you ate smart. Anywho, so that's another video. But anyway, because this is all about thank you, I get off track. So Brian Calvi at Finca de Vida, Farm of Life in Costa Rica. The reason I want to thank Brian is because many times what I found in my journey, on my journey to wellness, because I'm still on the journey, is that people really adamantly push what they believe in as far as food, and they knock other people and really kind of put them down for what they do, and that to me just brings a lot of negative energy. I mean, I of course have viewed some people who I think what they're doing is almost downright unethical, because just the way there's big business and the Monsantos and people like that who are exploiting people for profit, the same thing goes in the healthy eating. It's just like, to me, with weight loss in general. There's some people, I used to do Jenny Craig years ago, and, sorry, Jenny, but you cannot tell me that you're teaching people how to eat when you prepackage their food in this little box and say, here, eat this at 8, eat this at 12, eat this at 1. Oh, what's in it? Well, I can't really tell you because, it's propriety. It's, priority. Anywho, what I liked about Brian is his whole thing is all about we're connected, and all about love, and all about the picking up the energy, and we're all energy. And some people will go like, oh, that's all kind of woo-woo stuff, and I'm kind of left brain, and just tell me how to lose 10 pounds. I just want a flat stomach. You're not going to get there until you figure out your brand of spirituality. I don't share that on this channel. I think a relationship, your spiritual relationship is personal. I share it with people who ask for me to share it, but I'm not talking about that. But what I do believe is that it is all connected. You can't get one without the other. You've got to calm down. You can't say stressed out, ungrateful, and evil to me and be healthy. And so the way Brian put it when I was on the farm, what I liked about him is once I told him my belief, he respected it. He didn't spend his week trying to change my mind. When he talked about sun gazing and meditation in the morning, and I talked about Bible reading, he's like, great, well, that works for you, then great, do that. So anyway, and what he said when I thought about it in practical terms came back to a lot of really very basic things that I've known since I was little. If I was sick, my grandmother used to say, well, stop moping around. You need to open the window, pull back the curtains, let some light in. So someone standing in the sun is really almost the same as your grandma saying, you know what, you need to go sit on the porch and get some sun on you. You ever heard that? It's just an old-fashioned saying, I guess. But anyway, a lot of things that you hear today, what I would suggest is you don't freak out about them and you turn them into something that you can understand. So what I liked is that instead of judging him and instead of him judging me, we took each other as just two people having different experiences. And instead of finding what we had different, we embraced what we had alike. And I think that is the kind of health coach that Brian Calvi is, and I liked that about him. He's a great man. He has a wealth of knowledge, but he knows how to dispense it in a way that makes you feel more together than alienated. His wife, I also really enjoy because she's one of those quiet people that also drops little jewels as she's talking. And she healed herself from some conditions, and I'm sure she's still healing. But one of the things she said was, I made it my business to go to bed on time. Just the way she explained putting such a simple practice in place about going to bed and getting at least 30 minutes of exercise every day just made it sound very doable and very practical. And it was something that she had done. It wasn't something she had read. It was something she lived and experienced. So thank you to Jody Calvi. All right, so that is it for today. Today's plan is to get some exercise. I'm probably going to jump and then do some kettlebells because I need to do a longer routine today. So it's about 45 minutes of trampoline, and then it'll be about a half an hour of kettlebell, and then about 15 minutes of stretching. And then I'm going to a movie with my mama. So I hope you're having a great day. It's a good day to be grateful like every day, but I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you to all the people who helped me. This is by far not the only list of thank yous to do, but these are the people who have been here pretty much from the beginning to what's going on right now. But and it's over 20 minutes. Sorry, I hope you watched it because it's really good. So thank you, Arnold. Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Elhagahn. Thank you, Brian and Jody. Guess I have to thank Deb, right? The girl who got it all started from Veggie Forte. Thank you, folks, and I hope that one day someone can add me to their list of someone who helped them because that's my goal. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.